the swings, baby.
In Harlem in 1925, swing was king. Count Basie, Duke Ellington, and Benny Goodman were giants of big band in that era. But few of us know the dancers of swing, Lindy Hop and Tap, who also revolutionized the world in many ways. Recently, the Century Ballroom in Seattle celebrated the masters of swing dance and music. Hallie Kuperman, owner of the Century, wants people to know the legends who created Lindy Hop and Swing.
Part of the history is getting young people to hear the stories and know the people, so they want to bring that forth in later generations, or else this dance form has a good possibility of dying, like many things. And so it's also just such a treat for me. I grew up in New York City. It's such a treat to hear stories about what it was like in Harlem and in that time frame, what it was like to tour with all these great musicians.
One of those masters is Norma Miller, who at 86 is known as the Queen of Swing. Raised next to the famous Savoy Ballroom, she grew up dancing, becoming one of the best-known Lindy Hop and swing performers of the era. At the Savoy, Miller danced to the music of Chick Webb, Ella Fitzgerald, and Count Basie, music that made Harlem famous.
And Harlem at night was the jazz bed of the world. I mean, see, you can go anywhere. There was music coming out here, music coming out here. So it was something you lived with all your life. And that's what I did.
Miller remembers the time when black musicians could not play with white. The new American music that came out of Harlem changed all that. Miller continues to dance and travel, unwilling to retire just yet, so she can spread the gospel of swing that came out of the golden age of Harlem.
Swing is a freedom. When you begin to swing and you begin to realize that people are of all peoples, because remember, we come up in a segregated country. I wasn't allowed to sit down here. I couldn't have a cup of coffee with you because you were white. That was the policy. We changed that. That's what we did, and swing did that.
Miller is writing books, making documentaries, performing and speaking, telling people the story of how swing changed the world.
I work at not letting it go away. It has to stay. It has to be kept alive because it's our Bach and our Mozart. That was our music, and our dance was the only original dance America ever created.
Swing and Lindy Hop dances are a hot ticket in Seattle, and according to Kuperman, it's often hard to get into the door at the Century Ballroom for a weekly dance. She wants more young people to see the masters of Lindy and swing and hear their stories, because when you meet people like Norma Miller and Frankie Manning, Kuperman says it's easy to get excited, and the legends become more than a name in history or a character in a film.
Because that's what excites people. It's like getting to know somebody. If you say I saw Frankie Manning in a movie, or you go to take class with somebody and you don't know anything, and your teacher says to you, I learned from a guy named Frankie Manning. Well, you don't know who Frankie Manning is, and you see him all of a sudden throwing people over his head and getting tossed around on film, and it means something. You go, I wish I could do that. But the day you get to say, I met him, they're so passionate about it.
The masters of swing can tell great stories and rarely get tired of sharing their enthusiasm for music and dance. Kuperman says you don't have to be a dancer or jazz enthusiast to enjoy listening to them.
But still, if I meet a big basketball player and he's famous and I watch him on the court and do his thing, even if I don't watch basketball, it's still amazing to me. And so you don't have to love or know anything about swing dancing to watch Frankie Manning and go, oh my God, or Sugar Sullivan, or Dawn Hampton, or any Jenny Lagan, 90 years old. She turned 90 years old on Monday, and here she is. She's going to be out tap dancing and doing her thing and sharing her stuff.
At the last minute, Kuperman heard about a band that really swings and decided to add one more headline to the Century event. She flew in Chester Whitmore from Los Angeles along with his big band, Opus One. That Saturday night, the musicians performed for a sold-out crowd. Whitmore points out that most American music has roots in jazz. The music and dance kids enjoy today is nothing new. It's just been revised and the style has changed.
A lot of us, Americans, and a lot of people, took it for granted because it's something that we do. It's, oh yeah, a lot of the kids today. I said, oh yeah, but you're forgetting. Without jazz, it would not be no rap. It would not be no hip hop. It would not be no rhythm and blues. It would not be no rebop or bebop.
Whitmore started out learning tap from the masters at the Apollo Theater and the Cotton Club, so he knows firsthand how electrifying it can be to watch great dancers.
You see a smile on your face of somebody in the audience say, wow, did you see that move? Or how did he do that? Or how did he slide across it? How many spins did he do? Oh, and if you're tapping, wow, did you hear that cushious rhythm and stuff? You're making people happy.
Whitmore has been dancing for 34 years, but he never went to a dance academy. He learned from his family and on his feet. His advice for aspiring dancers:
find out what they like. There's so many forms of dance. Ballet, modern, jazz, tap, but find the one that you like.
And a lot of people are dancing to swing and big band music at the Century and many other Seattle night spots. Miller says the music and dance that spilled out from Harlem has had a lasting impact on America and the world.
Ours was first. We were the pioneers of it. And I said, do you know what we did? We gave America an identification. And that was what the Lindy Hop is. And I was among those people who created that. And that's what I'm proud of.
For One World Report, I'm Sallie Bodie. Thanks to Tamara Neely for engineering the story.